Good afternoon, everybody. Rob here, WesternPacificWeather.com. I have a special edition here with 12 whiskey out there to the south of the Ryuku Islands, moving towards Taiwan. It's currently right around 1500 Japan Standard Time, or that'd be about 06 Zulu or Universal Time. So just want to get this time frames in here. Likely have another update this evening, but for now, let's get right into 12 whiskey here. Currently seeing basically right around 90 knots of sustained winds out of this right in the core, but none of the islands right around here are reporting anything more. We're going to do a little nowcasting right now and take you a trip right around the radars and the observation real fast. Current radar JMA here showing the southern Ryukyu Islands with Okinawa farther up here to the northeast. Basically, some of these outer rain bands are already hitting these islands of Miyake-jima right in here. The eye wall is much more concentrated just to the southeast here, but this looks like it's going to pass just to the south of these islands, about approximately 60 nautical miles. Now, do want to note though the typhoon strength wind is extending out just to the southern part of these islands right in here, so expecting to see right around 70 gusting up to about 80 to 90 knots sustained really right in this area over the course of the next 12 hours as it passes just to the south. Are expecting also some more intensification of the system over the next 6 hours, then it's going to start to dissipate as it approaches Taiwan. Looking at OBS right now though, also from a JMA here, showing a max of right around 20 knots, the closest to the storm right now. I'm going to see this starting to gradually pick up, though, over the course of the next 6 to 12 hours out of these islands right here. Moving over towards Okinawa, though, they definitely already passed the CPA here, right around 12 knots in the southern part of the islands, and still all the way up to about 5 knots farther up. So you guys are out of the clear right now, but farther to the southwest in the Ryukyu Islands, definitely still not out of the clear. And now moving farther out to the west towards Taiwan's radar, just seeing some outer rain bands start to move into the area here. This is very far out from Taiwan's radar. That's why it looks like really cluttered right now. But as it starts to move closer to the island right in here, you start to see a little more definitive rain bands coming in from the typhoon here. I do want to note though, right throughout the center of this island, it's very, very, very mountainous. So that means that possibility for mudslides and flash flooding is very high, especially on the eastern side right in here as the storm starts to rain out. Basically, orographic lifting combined with funneling and non-such is definitely going to create some very heavy mudslides in here. As we saw last year with some typhoons, that case happened. So it's highly probable. Hopefully, they will be spared, but definitely need to take precautions in the low-lying valleys along the eastern side of Taiwan here. Here's the official forecast from JTWC for Fanapi. Basically, still moving west along the southern periphery of the subtropical ridge. I'll look into that just in a second here. Maxing out right around 100, gusting of 125 knots, actually just to the south of Miyako-jima. So very unfortunate for them there. But as it starts to approach farther west, you're going to encounter some wind shear and dissipate just prior to landfall with Taiwan. And as already noted, the mountainous terrain is really going to disrupt the system. And by the time it actually makes it over to mainland China, going to be down to a weak tropical storm, possible tropical depression. And looking at streamline analysis right here, you do have the subtropical ridge right up in here. You kind of see some anticyclonic rotation right in this area. That's what's holding this down to the south right now. Yesterday we were looking at this moving off from China and basically caused a bubble high out here. Basically it breaks off from the main high here and kind of forms up behind a low pressure and moves off to the northeast here, and that's exactly what happened. We had that Bear Clinic low that moved through about 2 days ago, and high pressure built in behind it and built just to the north. So good job on JT for picking up on that. Definitely even I thought that this storm was going to actually recurve to the northeast given that trough right there, but that bubble high formed up behind it. So pushing this off to the west over Taiwan. And also want to show you real fast the 30 to 40 knots of shear right over Taiwan, extending over China, that this area will be running into, dissipating it just a little bit before making landfall over Taiwan. Still expecting a pretty strong typhoon though, just at landfall. And moving back to the radar here, I have a radar loop. One frame is missing, so just beware of that here as it cuts in and out. But just moving off to the west, as already noted, we are watching these islands right in here very closely, just passing to the northern periphery of the northern eye wall here. So it's definitely on the on the right front quadrant of this system, so we have to watch these guys exceptionally close, seeing some typhoon strength winds out of this. That is all for now, though. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you for tuning in WesternPacificWeather.com. Stay safe there in the Ryukyu Islands in Taiwan, though, and I'll likely have another update this evening with a full breakdown of the entire Western Pacific, including 12 whiskey here. So have a good evening, everybody, and stay safe.